Let me switch to English for just one moment, please. I'm very proud to ask Ambassador L. Moses, our chairman of the International Board of the INSS, to come to the podium and to introduce our very special guest, Ms. Michele Flournoy. Please.
Erev Tov, General Yadlin, Chairman Lowry, Ambassador Shapiro, Professor Ryan, friends of INSS, and dear friends of mine. You're in for a treat. General Yadlin has brought from Washington one of our treasures, the former Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, which is an enormously important position in our country. The Secretary, for sure, the Undersecretary deals with such matters as budget, personnel, but the Undersecretary for Policy is responsible for just that, the national security policy of the United States. Years ago, it was one of the most coveted positions in Washington, occupied by such luminaries as Cy Vance, who became Secretary of State, my friend and partner Paul Warnke, and others whose names will be familiar to you. It was then elevated to an undersecretaryship, and no one has filled that position with more distinction and accomplishment than our speaker this evening, Michele Flournoy. She served for 4 years as Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, doing the coordination with the National Security Council and the Congress, developing the new strategic defense policy of the United States. Prior to that, she was the creator and president of a very important NGO in Washington, the Center for New Security, New American Security, CASS. And before that, she was again in the Department of Defense. Her education was Harvard and Oxford. She comes to us, especially this evening, directly from the United States. And no one could better represent and explain the defense policy and strategic thinking of the United States government today than Secretary Flournoy. Please welcome her.